Fnatic's turn to ban.
Something Boom really wants, right? And something that they probably want a lot. Or Mel. Well, the Marcy for sure. Like, if Marcy either looks really OP or looks kind of mediocre, honestly, but the good team is make Marcy.
I feel like we felt that last series with
Radiant's turn to
Lars
pick.
and T1, both picking up Marcy, but
I mean, this is, by the way, just for boys out there, Scam is back. Mushi relegated to the
Back to
coach
retirement.
position. Yeah,
yeah,
sad,
Mushi's
very
back to this
upsetting.
coach. Yes, that's
He
right.
did pretty well with them, but yeah, Scam's back. Talking about Boom's like hero preferences, you know, they don't highly prioritize the bot, but what they do really like, they've been playing a lot of lifestealer this patch. For Jackie, they've had like a lot of success with it, making it really good.
Sorry to cut you off, but what does Yobaj gonna play this puck?
I've seen him play DK in the past. No, but I really want that trick. He played it. He's played Death Prophet this patch. We saw him pick it for the first time in like a long time this score, and we were like, oh. I mean, FBZ has been playing it as well, and he usually like dominates. Plays the deep.
Yeah, I was just curious on what Yobaj's responses to puck are, and they picked two of them. You could play either of these, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, they were ready for this puck pick. You can tell, like they like mock draft. They talked about what if Fnatic first big puck. You know, no big surprise, and this response looks really good.
I like it. It's so nice. It's so nice and it's so flexible. And it like really dissuades a lot of stuff too. If you put some melee carry in the safe lane, you'll be like, yeah.
มันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้พูดตามแม่
ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำ
And it like really dissuades a lot of stuff too. If you put some melee carry in the safe lane, you'll be like, yeah.
มันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้พูดตามแม่
ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำ
And it like really dissuades a lot of stuff too. If you put some melee carry in the safe lane, you'll be like, yeah.
มันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้พูดตามแม่
ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำ
And it like really dissuades a lot of stuff too. If you put some melee carry in the safe lane, you'll be like, yeah.
มันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้พูดตามแม่
ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำ
And it like really dissuades a lot of stuff too. If you put some melee carry in the safe lane, you'll be like, yeah.
พูดตามแม่
ถ้าเราทำเป็นมองไม่เห็นมันจะทำอะไรเราไม่ได้
check what they've already picked out here, or start banning to set up for what they want to.
They're doing a little bit of both, right? They're
And
banning
it like really dissuades a lot
protect
of stuff too.
and play, but they're also
Some
banning
melee
heroes
carry in
really,
the safe
really well
lane,
with this on dying.
you'll be like, yeah.
So like you can see that they're trying to ban the push. Visage is banned, Shadow Shaman was banned, Visage is also banned, Death Prophet. So they're kind of like going that route. I don't know if I want to see Jabs play Lycan again, but that could be another hero that
Check what
might
they've already
struggle
picked out
against
here, or
on Doom. I'm
start
saying it's
banning
Lycan,
to
it's like
set
bad
up for what
technically,
they
it just
want
didn't
to.
look good, and they're doing a little bit of both, right? They're
And
banning
it like really dislikes
protect
some
and play, but they're also
some
banning
melee
heroes
carry
really well with this on dying.
They're like, yeah.
So like you can see that they're trying to ban Visage is banned, Shadow Shaman was banned, Visage is also
It's gonna be so nice as well, like PB.
So they're kind of like going
Just
that
getting to
route.
hit.
I don't know if I want to see Jabs play Lycan again, but that could be another hero
Otherwise,
that
I guess
Check
they
what
can
they've
get the
already picked out
counter
here, or
I'm saying
start
it's
banning
like
we'll be
to
able to
set
wrap
up
onto
for
it
what
with
they want
fast
to.
runs.
they're doing a little bit of both, right? They're banning
The hero's like
Protect. Really well this one dying.
Yeah, what do you feel is
So like you can see that they're trying to ban.
nice about TV
This is
that
just banned.
all the heroes
Establish almost banned. This is just also.
It's gonna be so nice as well. Like, kind of got the whole package, right? So
I don't know if I want to
not
see
only
Jack
is he
Spy, I
like
can
strong
again
in lane,
lean
with his meta, and I guess like he gets the counter picks. The
Don't think it's like
to be able to have not fast, but can like objectives. Kind of like the heroes like also be scaling.
Yeah, what do you feel
So like
is
you can see that they're trying to ban.
nice about TV
This is
that
just banned.
all the heroes
Establish almost banned. This is Fnatic you should have.
It's gonna be so nice as well. Like, kind of got the whole package, right? So
I don't know if I want to
not
see
only
Jack
is he
Spy, I
like
can
strong
again
in
lean.
lane, with his meta, and I guess like he gets the counter picks.
There's something is like this faster. Kind of fits like the thing. They're doing a bit of a line up. I do like it a lot. I was hesitant to say it. Like, you can see that they're trying to ban this region in particular. Down shy. Fnatic, you should have
It's gonna be so nice as well. Like, kind of got the whole
It's
package,
ridiculously
right?
good.
So
I don't know if I want to see Jack Spy, I can again lean. There's something is like this faster. Kind of fits like the thing. They're doing a bit of a line up. I do like it a lot. I was hesitant to say it. Like, you can see that they're trying to ban this region in particular. Down shy. Fnatic, you should have It's ridiculously good. I don't know if I want to see Jack Spy, I can again lean. There's something is like this faster. Kind of fits like the thing. They're doing a bit of a line up. I do like it a lot. The other team is hesitant to say it. Like, you can see that they're trying to ban this region in particular. Down shy. Fnatic, you should have It's ridiculously good. I don't realize Jack Spy getting spammed in the face. Because faster. Kind of fits like the thing. They're doing a bit of a line right. I do like it a lot. The other team is hesitant to say it. Like, you can see that they're trying to ban this region in particular. Down shy. Fnatic.
They can get any deep wards in his jungle. They should just wanting to hunt him down. They have the ability to do it. Yeah, pretty
Here's
easily.
the Radiant ban.
And like Wyvern is gonna want to take the lane as well, which means he's not gonna be able to protect him in the jungle. Like he won't be that body that breaks smoke or whatever, or like kind of tanks the gang. So yeah, TV's life in this first 10, 15.
I mean, I already know the hero that's
10
I'll
seconds.
boom start.
All right, hit us with it.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
need to sell myself on it first. There's two that come to mind.
He's thinking about sniper.
One is Sniper for sure, the other one's Drow.
Ah, I got it.
Yep.
I could.
They should ban Sniper.
On boom.
Yeah, I think so. I think that hero has a lot of value in this game.
Yeah. Sell me on it now.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yes.
You have DP and Terrorblade. They both press R while the other one presses E, and then they stand there very slowly and they hit you. There's no hero in Dota that can sit there and tank that damage. So you want to take a hero that can hit them from afar and also do a lot of damage. One would think of like Zeus and stuff, but they already got their mid pick, so they need to fulfill that role for a
Dire's
carry position.
ban now.
So, Sniper's great for that. Drow, I don't know about that hero, man, but it does kind of do that too.
Yep.
And maybe there's another hero I'm missing here, but those are top two for me. I mean, PL is, no, it's like 38. I don't think
10
it's 4.
seconds.
Which means we get a last pick Jack Boy hero. Maybe we'll
5
just see the
seconds
standard
remaining.
Void Spirit.
He could be the
he'll go
TP.
the what?
He could be Death Buff.
I mean,
he did that
he could,
last
yeah.
time versus Puck.
I guess it depends on what carry they pick, right? Because they either put the DP mid and just lane against the Puck, or they pick a carry that they're like, yeah, we want to play the DP into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just free sniper game. They don't ban it. And Drow is the worst sniper, and they're very similar heroes, just snipers.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if they were to pick a sniper, I don't think you can put this DP mid. I think you need like catch, something that can
Radiant's
go actually
turn to
pressure him,
pick.
which is where I'd like to see something
Oh,
like.
they
a
banned the
Void Spirit.
drow. Come on. Do it. Pick it.
Pick sniper.
Pick it, Raven.
Still look the
You
sniper.
can do it.
This
You
isn't
can do
your
it.
piece. Are they strong enough to pick sniper?
Do it. Do it.
I mean, wasn't it T1 at TI that was picking sniper carry? Like, they were ahead of the meta.
Too ahead.
Too far, yeah.
They've gone in a circle and now they're just gonna pick something really boring.
5 seconds
They're gonna pick
remaining.
Wraith King here. Watch them.
Oh,
It's gonna be like, stop this again. Yeah! There we go.
Whoa, Fear
Good boy.
actually clapped.
Yeah.
Fear's
He
so
popped
good.
off, bro. He popped off with that sniper.
Alright, I want catch. I want catch.
All right.
It was just such an odd.
Oh,
It's just more of like, did they have the confidence to do it?
It was obvious, bro. Me and Fear both said it at the exact same time. Now you're the only one that didn't say it. It's very embarrassing for you.
I'm not going to
5
engage in this
seconds
conversation
remaining.
because it's going to annoy me.
Alright, so how do you counter the sniper? That's the next question.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, so you said Void Spirit. They can do it through mid, or they can do it through, like, another option. Night Stalker? Could be good. It'll have a rough lane. Or, I mean, Lycan, I thought of that too, but then you have got a stun Lycan. Like, bad.
I feel like
Clockwork
so
off lane?
many offlaners get bullied so hard by with the shrapnel. And you have an undying.
BC Clock or what?
Bruh, what?
Yeah, I'm
Now,
not sold
Jab
on that.
Boy clock though.
I mean, for offlaners, it's like Clock, Night Stalker, Lycan. For mids, I'll let you do the mids here.
Yeah, Bat Rider.
Bat Rider?
Yeah, that one.
Choose your
Yeah, that
hero.
one.
That works for me.
Yeah, that obvious.
That works for me. That hero can go dive some snipers.
Yeah,
Pull them out of position.
that's
Literally.
probably going mid, right?
Right, yeah.
We'll
see.
let the players pick the heroes that they're gonna.
No, I'm going to pick for them.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
got
go
it.
ahead. We'll go
Alright.
mid.
Okay, please continue. And while you do, we're gonna bring in our casters, Mike and John. Hi guys. It feels like forever since we've seen you, Mike. So I'm gonna let you speak first about these two team lineups.
Need your predictions.
I don't know how to feel about this sniper. I mean, I think it was a good game until the Bat Rider came out. Usually this is the point where I'd call this hero trash, but it might actually work this time around, so I'm not going to say that. Prediction-wise, I think Boom Esports have got this, but I think it's going to be a very close match.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot closer. I think we heard the players talk, right? Like, Fnatic tends to love a more defensive game. This one looks a little bit more aggressive. You would want to protect the sniper, but everyone else is going to look for push, look for some early team fight. So I'm keen to see how Boom responds. And I'm actually a big fan of the sniper, along with Fear. I think we've seen it banned so much in EEU. I've wanted to see it in the pro game for a while. We've seen it once or twice in EEU, not at all in C. So I'm happy to finally see it, and I'm keen to see what Raven does with it.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well. For you guys, who has the more aggression, right? That seems to be the thing that we like to talk about. It's a sheep, Fear. Who's the more aggression? Which team's going to win?
Fnatic definitely has more aggression. I think there's too much weight on Yulpash's shoulders here. And he's going to crumble, and Armel's going to destroy mid, and he can't win the game.
I feel like whenever these top C teams come together, they all just play passively and there's like one kill at 10 minutes, so that's what I expect.
Oh, okay, so you're saying neither are aggressive. It's going to be a stalemate for at least 15 minutes. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully this sniper is going to pop off as we jump in with Mike and John to game one.
So much game number one, Jonathan. Such a hype matchup here between Fnatic and Boom Esports. Of course, if Boom Esports pull off this win in this series, Jonathan, they are basically guaranteed a major slot in Arlington. So big, I suppose just big things on the line here for Boom. Fnatic, though, also huge things on the line, Jonathan. They've got to try and pull off this series win to force tiebreakers. They do not want to give Boom the easy road to the major. And naturally, all these teams are still fighting over those major slots. Nobody's qualified yet. Jackie already having a bit of a chat here to Jabs, and well, sadly, John, we do not have a translator for Thai.
Unfortunately, no. I do not have that much comprehension for languages, Mike. We will assume that they're just saying good luck to each other.
Right.
That is my fan fiction now, my head canon here. I'm keen to see what happens out. Again, you've got some rather different drafts from both sides. Maybe Boom sticking more to the book with what we tend to see, like Jackie Terrorblade. Haven't seen too much this tour, but something that he played a lot on, especially on his time in Motivate Trust, of course. So it's just one of his stable win conditions. The Yopaj mid bat, again, once or twice you've seen it recently. He hasn't played it as much. I think maybe a little bit more on his time on Neon, but we know he can perform in that hero. I like the turn Fnatic's taken on their draft. I love seeing that John Well Undying. It just feels like a really good Undying game. You don't have any big heroes to clear out that Tombstone. Outside of the Terrorblade, the attack speed on the Winter Wyvern doesn't feel amazing on that. You've got melee Tiny that can't clear that out. So I'm keen to see just how much Zhao can get out with the Sniper of Raven. Like that dual lane, it's a bit funky. But down the line, I guess you could try to play with a slow threat if you manage to build up the Tombstone here for Januel. With some Shrapnel on top, with some lucky headshots, that could be a pretty strong kill lane for Fnatic if they find some angles.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking very forward to seeing how this Pos 1 Sniper works. And John, I was telling you in the back, I hate this hero. Obviously, nobody really likes Sniper, but you know, it is interesting to see a new hero. What is it, John?
I like Sniper. Sniper's a great hero. Look what Raven's queuing up. This is what we just talked about. Double rate ban timing for Sniper is actually so nice. It'll line up with around level 3, level 4, and at that point, you just can't get contested. Sure, FBZ should be able to farm in this lane as the DP, spam out the Crypt Swarm. No threat of Spirit Siphon here. And finding the angle for Tims to get a toss-back threat, not going to happen on Sniper. Maybe on Zhao. And Zhao is certainly something that you can burst down on the Undying. The K-stacks are nice, but you do have enough burst to deal with that. It still feels like Raven should just find farm anyway.
The mid lanes, I think, is where all the action's happening right now, John. Yopaj and Armel really just going at it here on this Batrider versus Puck matchup. It does seem like Yopaj, I mean, Fee kind of talked about it. There's a lot of weight on his shoulders to be able to set a tempo in this game and not allow Fnatic to just run all over Boom here. Against the Armel Puck, it's not going to be such an easy experience, I'm sure, here for Japoy, but what can he get done here, John, on the Batrider? Like, do you think he has the advantage, or do you think Armel should have the inherent advantage?
I think Armel should feel a lot safer. He can just safely jump away when napalm stacks build up, run away at that level 3, level 4 timing with a Firefly threat and Flame Break threat. At the least for Yopaj, he still has really good side lane farm. His small camp wasn't blocked, so should be able to build off of that, try to hit his timings. You're gonna want to see support rotations coming to really secure, say, the kills, especially for Yopaj. I think catching out Armel, it's a lot tougher for the Batrider. Even with Lasso, it just feels like the Puck will be able to find better angles with his silence and the Dream Coil threat. So I think Boom will have to look at that 6-minute mark for power ins to really look, unless Yopaj manages to outplay. I don't expect Armel to be too greedy here, though.
Absolutely not. Let's talk about that final lane, John, up at top lane. You're going to have Skem there going against DJ and naturally Jackie against Jabs. For now, Jackie top of the CS board on the Terrorblade. Jabs not able to slow him down too much, but you're looking at the Beastmaster. He's 12-0 as well in terms of CS. A pretty strong start for both sides of the top lane. Anything to keep an eye out for here, John?
We had a little bit of a discussion when the draft was happening, right? Like, this is not necessarily the comfiest lane for Jackie, although Skem's done a great job cutting off DJ. Raven does already fly that first blood bot, though.
He certainly does.
About that kill threat with a Shrapnel, and they did have Tombstone, so the slowest stacking is there. Tiny has no armor, you just run him down.
They do get him. Tims to drop for first blood, and I suppose for Raven, you couldn't have asked for a better start here on the Sniper. Already securing that first blood, and, well, that does mean he gets his second Wraith ban now, Jonathan, which I know you're a big fan of.
Yep, it feels good. You just right-click away. The Shrapnel build again allows you more aggression, although...
Yeah, DJ and Jabs, look how low they've got him here, John. Skem really giving it their way. This is without the Metamorphosis up on Jackie, and now Fnatic top side. They're probably going to have a few issues here in this lane, because Jackie can really start to bully Jabs out of this lane. He does stick around and just rely on the Helm of the Iron Wall regen to keep him going here, but... like once Skem has the Arctic Burn back up, you could certainly try and go for a kill onto the Beastmaster and see if it does happen, but perhaps he's going to have to be very careful now on that Beast.
Then, again, theoretically, a Rubik and a Beastmaster with Axis build can play the lane, but Skem's just been cutting him off well. He's just been dipping in and out whenever Arctic burns up, and you don't really stop that. You don't have a board to chase down the Winter Wyvern. Rubik can only maintain that Fade Vault so much against the support, which is not the ideal target in terms of stopping the CS. And I think Fnatic's just got to be cautious. We've seen Jackie go off to slower starts on Terrorblade and still catch up. He's having a great start, so this can allow the free farm for him. Hit level 6, look for the jungle stacks to clear out down the line, and if Fnatic don't manage to play with, say, the vision that the Beastmaster gives them to contest those stacks, it can feel a bit daunting when Jackie does get that early build-up.
Absolutely. No other kills going on across the map. Heroes are falling low though, as DJ trying to go for a big pull here, but Skem's really punishing quite hard. Jabs is going to cut him off though and make sure that the Wyvern can't just keep going. DJ He's going to lose a few of the creeps, but it won't matter too much. Jabs will at least get 2 of them. Jackie pulling as well. Meanwhile, mid lane, Armel going to go down as Yopaj able to pick up his first kill of the game, and this is not quite something we expected between this matchup. The puck actually dying solo to the Batrider, but it does end up happening, and Yopaj will be very happy with that.
It's just one of those things with Bat. You do get into a drawn-out fight, you feel confident in your mobility on the puck. If you overextend just for a moment, you don't have that war buff, it's very easy to punish. And Armel does overextend at level 6 up, and Yopaj is forced to reset at the fountain, but he'll come in with a threat of blast, or he could look at side lanes as well if he wants to be aggressive. And boom, off to another strong start. Getting aggressive bot, not able to find a connection.
And they drop the tombstone, and man, nothing really comes out of it, but I suppose you kind of protect the tombstone anyway. Kind of hard to go after that tombstone as FBZ. Like, against the sniper, you probably don't want to even bother. Top side, Jabs now in danger. Yopaj going to go for the rotation. Secure another kill for himself here on the Batrider. And a very important one at that. Slowing down Jabs, slowing down the Helm of the Dominator timing, and of course, slowing down the Helm of the Overlord timing. But to be fair to Jabs, I believe he may have bought some of the components for the Helm of the Dominator, but you get my point, John. It's all about slowing the Beastmaster down.
Yeah, just prevent that early momentum come in, prevent that early push threat from the Beastmaster from coming out, and it's already really kept down. Jab's still at level 4, already at 5.5 here for Jackie. Yopaj making great rotations on the map, giving some space for Tims now. The soak on that mid, and getting some jungle creeps for himself. Some nice big stacks built up by the Winter Wyvern, not scouted out by any early Hawk movement. And that's just getting even more flash run for Yopaj. Gonna hit that timing onto the travels. And once that's up, he's just gonna be able to work his way around the map, clear out creep waves, go for the chase. Hasn't even used lasso, hasn't even leveled it up at level 7. Just been very confident with just the Firefly.
It just doesn't seem like he needs it right now. I wonder as well, John, while we have a moment, like, how do you feel about the Sniper versus TB matchup? Like, later on in the game, say mid to late game, do you think the Sniper has the advantage over the TB? Is it all about initiation? Like, how does the matchup work?
In a vacuum, yes, Sniper has the advantage. It's not a vacuum, though. You have the Tiny, you have the Batrider to kind of handle that. They catch out here.
Yeah, Skimp. Just a +5 kill there for Armel, but something he did need there on the puck, so he'll just quickly take a kill for himself. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a bit of an initiation going on as Raven is going to drop to FDZ and Tims. Januel not able to get in time to help out, so he does end up dropping. FBZ probably not going to get the most damage onto the bottom tier 1 tower, but I'm sure killing off the sniper is good enough for him.
Yeah, it's already big just to keep that farm from Raven down. Top network hero on the board, and allows a bit of a shove in onto that bot tier 1. Not too much time left in the EXO, so only a little bit of chip damage, but more than enough to kind of set up for the next push when EXO is back up.
Oh, a lot of
you do have Zhao hanging around, although
they don't have Dream Coil here, John. FBZ, he just walks out of there.
And that's actually the one awkward thing with their draft. They don't have stuns on their supports. They really don't. They have the left back. DJ didn't show up, doesn't have a TP on hand, so they can't keep anyone locked in without that big Dream Coil or the Roar or the Assassinate. So it's a little bit harder if you don't manage to line up like that. I think you're gonna have to see DJ. He has been active. He's been rotating around mid, just didn't have that time to go down and punish. And again, Boom's just happy. Chip damage done. Next EXO in a minute 20. That will line up with that bot tier 1 push. Jabs should be able to try and make something happen up top. He does have his full Dominator up, so you could go for the 1-to-1 trade, but you have to worry about that added aggression from Boom. Fnatic, though, going for a smoke play here.
Here we go. Top lane. They've really got to try and deal with Jackie. TB just kind of free farming this whole time. Armel trying to sneak up, but Jackie, very good game sense and a very nice scan from Boom Esports. Actually scan out the smoke that was committed by Fnatic. They are still going to be able to set up the top tier 1 tower, so there's no real problems there. Jabs will take care of it, so you still get something out of this. But you definitely want to try and find Jackie here on the TB as, well, they will run into him now. Armel fighting over the bounty, but Skem does manage to pick it up himself. Probably about it, Armel. I mean, he's got the information, but whether you can actually infiltrate this dire jungle or not, it's another story entirely. Is Armel will chase down Skem for a moment. Keep in mind, you don't have that level 6 in the Wyvern yet, but Armel, he's taking a bit too much damage. The Avalanche is going to connect, but Armel will jaunt away just in the nick of time. He'll be okay for now. They stick around thinking about trying to reinitiate here, Fnatic. It's still a very risky team fight, though. And in fact, all the neutrals.
Oh, boy.
They stunned him. The Ogre Smash.
Yeah, that's... I mean, you can see that pretty nicely. Armel playing a little bit on the edge, gets punished. Not a kill you expect Boom to find.
Wow.
But the clump up from Fnatic, it really doesn't pay off. The only thing they're getting now is space for Raven. He is working that jungle. He is working into the Maelstrom to accelerate that jungle farm, but it's back again. Despite having what looks to be a little bit more of an aggressive draft, Boom is still playing more aggressive here, Mike. They're just finding these kills. They're working their defensive positions even then on a more aggressive angle. And Fnatic just aren't finding much. They find the top tier 1 shirt, they're getting some farm out as well on jabs, but they have to be careful.
Yeah, mid lane now, Yopaj, she'll be forced to lasso for the Undying, but it's just one of those kills that they just want to take. Already dropped the tombstone there, Genuel, but he is going to go down to Yopaj as Fnatic now 2-5. Boom Esports still leading the way in terms of core score and net worth. So you see a bit of a slower start here for Fnatic. I have to just try and slow this game down a little bit and get that farm going on Raven and Armel. But now though, Boom Esports, they don't seem to really want to slow down too much.
Nah, they, again, want to play aggressive. We heard FBC say that. And of course, I want to point out, of course, we forgot that little bit of history, right? Yopaj used to be with John Well. I'm sure he has no qualms about lassoing his ex-teammate. I'm sure Scam wouldn't mind throwing a curse out on the Undying as well, just to send a message perhaps, or just to say hi to old friends.
Oh,
as that was the trio before Neon that really stood out, right? Zhao, Scam, and Yopaj.
That was old Zhao though, right? That was that was without mullet Zhao. Yeah, this is mullet god Zhao now. Yeah, different guy.
That is fair. That is fair. He's now Australian, as you would say, Mike, and I would accept that, although Tim's missing out in the Avalanche. Again, Puck a bit harder to lock in. 2-5 game state right now, 11.5 minutes in. You are still #1 on Raven. The Sniper is still finding that build-up that you'd want to see. He doesn't even opt for the Assassinate, not looking for any opportunities to find kills. Just focus in on the farm, Maelstrom up into the Dragonlance next. But again, Boom just constantly aggressive. They have travels on Yopaj. Tim's still away from the blink. Just having that threat of the high move speed Batrider with no stunts to threaten means you can just run around and look.
Jabs is in trouble here, John. Toskin onto the Beastmaster. They've got him. There's no way out for the Beast. He'll roar up as well. Now, that's an interesting roar to commit there, John. I'm not sure if he thought he could actually commit to the kill with all the units he had. Jackie gets the kill anyway. So unless you wanted to deny it from the Batrider, problem is you just gave it to an even more valuable hero. Like you gave it to the POS1 TB.
And that allows Jackie to overtake. And Boom now can maybe line up for a bit of pressure on mid. Fnatic are clumping around a lot of heroes, so they wouldn't want to give that away, but the EXO is ready from FBZ. So you could try to make a play. FBZ is also very close on to that BKB 12 minutes in. Like, that BKB time is going to be key. We've seen his offlane DP before. Once that BKB is up, it tends to be very hard to keep FBZ down. You don't have too many pierces here. On Fnatic, roaring up, the DP might not feel like the best option as well, considering the other threats from Boom's end. So the timings are lining up for Boom with that 2K lead. They're making great work of the map, forcing Fnatic to play more defensive despite maybe having a draft that you could call more offensive. They will go for a smoke play now on Fnatic's end though. See if they find something.
Very important for Fnatic here, John. They are 3K behind. Raven's still farming like an absolute champion on the sniper, but they do need to get some kills going with this style of draft. And well, they are going to try and move into that dire jungle now. Problem is, Boom are not there. They're across the map at the moment. Skem's in position to break any smoke coming into that dire triangle, so chances are you aren't going to find anything either that way. They'll have to go after Skem. There's a nice dream call there from Armel. He'll lock down two of them. Yopaj is going to be fine, but Skem does go down as now Armel is going to be chased out. Lasso is there. They held down the puck, but can they get him? Armel's been silenced up. He cannot make it out. That's a great trade once again for Boom. You give away your POS 5, but you get a POS 2 for your trouble. Still Fnatic. They are going to pressure the mid tier 1. They get a bit more out of this. It's a very important tier 1 tower to take, and they will take it. It's just a hefty price they have to pay.
And you love talking about this in other games, right? You've already gotten value from your top jungle. It's still a great tower to take, but Jackie's already farming elsewhere. He's working that bot jungle anyway. He's not under threat. Losing those resources up top. He's well protected with a nice ward. There are some forward wards from Fnatic to spot his farming patterns, though. So it is still punishable. He is looking for a flank, but again, is spotted out. Does have the full manta up. So the threat of Puck Silence, at least, is not going to be putting him down. And that's just a little bit more stats from Terribly to play with. Start to farm up with those illusions as well. Fnatic have to find a way to catch Jackie. They got that smoke rotation up top, Scan using really good lines, knowing the angle Fnatic would take. And now with their tier 1 down, they can just group up for their own trade. Exorcism ready, Metamorphosis pop. They have to find a way to angle in here for Fnatic to stop this.
Here we go, mid lane. They're going to have to try and force a fight here, Fnatic. Their vision is going to give them a slight advantage in terms of information. Now the Tombstone is going to be dropped, but who's initiating? Where's the coil? They'll go after FBZ first. They're trying to burst out the DP as Yopaj. He's going to move on to the Undying. FBZ, he's surviving, but no, the Fade Bolt is going to take him down as now they go for a bit more. Onto Skem, they'll get the Wyvern. Not a bad team fight whatsoever here for Fnatic as they'll even find Tims on the Tiny. Gonna be a third target to go down as Armel will hand the voice line over to his ex-teammate Tims. And with that boom, they will lose the team fight. They will not get the mid-tier 1 tower, and Fnatic, a very good defensive game once again.
Yeah, I think for Boom, they tried to push that advantage. Respawns are short. There's enough time for Fnatic to come back in. They don't have that full BKB and FVZ. Only about 100 gold away now. If they hand that BKB, all that control into FVZ would be moot. And, you know, the Spirit Vessel wouldn't be a factor. You'd just be able to stand around, split something up. So maybe just wait for that spell in the field, though.
Yeah, DJ's going to try and survive through this. You've got the lasso off if you need it, but Yopaj certainly doesn't. To save it for another day. That'll be the 6th kill already for the Batrider. Yopaj goes 6-0-1 in this mid-bat. Very, very good game for him already. Very nice kill score as well, Jonathan. 6-9 here between Fnatic and Boom Esports. 2k net worth lead still standing for Boom, and well, Fnatic, they are going to hit a very nice timing very soon, as you've got the Helm of the Overlord coming out soon enough on Jabs. It is around the time where I think you want to group up and start smoking and taking objectives once again. Till then, though, it does seem like they're just going to chill out, kind of allow their sniper to keep farming, and eventually, again, I think you just group up once you've got that Helm of the Overlord and try to make things happen.
You are also feeling great on Boom, though. Full BKB up on FBZ. And Yopaj as well, also having his BKB up and running. So you can start to make those plays now on Boom's end. I think ideally you'd want Tim's blink up. And he is about 400 gold away, but they will go for the smoke play anyway. They'd want to take a fight. They'd want to transition to that mid-tier 1 to clear out the bot jungle even further. For Jackie, see if they find something.
If they can, John. He will. He's there to break the smoke on the Undying, so they know Yopaj is around. Smoke broken on Boom. They don't seem to be able to make a move onto the high ground yet. Fnatic, again, very, very good at this defensive game. Always waiting for their enemies to make a mistake and capitalizing off such. Mid lane. One tower. Can be focused down once again, and eventually should just go down, as it doesn't seem like Fnatic will try to defend that time around. That'll be fine with them, I think. I mean, they've already got the mid-tier 1 tower of Boom anyway. They don't need to try and defend any longer. And with that, Fnatic, again, they're just going to wait for Boom to try and make a mistake here, I think.
Dire's top tower is about
wait for them to get overly aggressive. However, Boom do have that blink up on Tim. Still needs to fly out, but I think they've got more angles to take with less pressure to follow up. It's a pause for that jumps in. If it doesn't work out, you can just kind of resign Tim's life away. So more opportunities for Boom to maintain that aggression. They've been holding on to their ults for a while. Like no EXO being used from FBZ for both sieges on the mid. So still possible to use in the big team fight. Jackie's still free farming down bot. Still leading over Raven by quite a good margin. That is where the Terror Blade can shine. Using the illusions does make more map efficiency in comparison to the sniper. But Raven, again, keeping a decent enough distance between them, just about 300 gold difference, not the biggest. For Fnatic, you mentioned the Overlord timing. That's going to be big, of course, already up and running on Jabs. So Granite going around to buff them up and strengthen. They will actually smoke up with Jabs and John Yu well. He's dragging Raven along as well here.
It's very interesting. Raven, though, he does have the Mjolnir up now, John, so he's got plenty of damage to pump out, and I might even think about Roshan. Smoke is there from Boom, though. They are around the Roshan pit right now, so it might be some very awkward timing. Fnatic, they'll get some vision in the dire jungle. Is this Roshan obvious for Boom? It seems like it might be. Yopaj, he's having a look around with the sticky napalm. He should know now. As he does get lifted up, Yopaj in big trouble. He'll pop his BKB, but he should drop. The cold embrace, it'll save him just in the nick of time. Somehow he'll survive. They can move in now. Jackie on a Jabs takes in the Beastmaster. Genuel will be the next target, and Raven, he gets taken out to Boom. Boom Esports, they'll make the team fight work once again. Eventually, though, Tims and Yopaj do go down, but now Armel will be chased down by FBZ and Jackie. It should be getting away, but Roshan, it's so susceptible for Boom Esports. They've got the exorcism going. They'll try to get it done ASAP.
Yeah, exorcism phase, and more still up. A little bit of a screw up in the top fight there.
Can they do it, John?
Angle, no dream foil, it's a bit tough.
He's taking a lot of damage here. Orbs away to the other side, but Skins on the chase. Meanwhile, Jackie goes down. Oh, Januar picks him up. FBZ, he's going to back up, and now Roshan's getting involved. He bashes off the Undying. Meanwhile, Timbo, a great avalanche cross combination. FBZ, however, he's going to drop, but can they take Roshan? 650 HP. Who's taking it? There's no Roshan hitters here for Fnatic.
You might wish to retract your last move.
They respawn. Raven's running his way down. Yopaj travels onto the mid, but instantly goes onto bot jungle. Boomar giving this up. Fnatic gonna be able to find that first rush. Cost a lot of lives, but does feel like Fnatic manages to find a trade in the end. Again, a couple of mistakes there from Bloom, Winter's Curse, and then instant lasso out from Yopaj onto Armel. They staggered that a little bit more. You might have been able to find that kill in puck earlier, save the Bat Rider. But it all boils down into that end fight, and Raven does pick up that Aegis in the end. So, equalizing the game a bit here, 10 to 12. 1k lead still stands for Boom, not a huge amount, been a very close game so far. Secondary life on Raven does mean an instant jump onto him. Still can get a response out from Fnatic to turn that fight around. And for Boom, it feels like they're going to need a blink on Yopaj as well. Like, just having it on Tim's doesn't feel like it's enough. You want to get that instant blink lasso as well onto the puck, following up from the Tiny's avalanche. So, Yopaj's blink, 100 gold away. That could signal Boom's second wave of aggression here in this game. And, of course, you're also building up into the Shivas now for FBZ. So, more denial of sustain, especially on that Undying with a Soul Rip. But Fnatic, knowing they've got this rush advantage, will go for a smoke play here.
They will press the advantage immediately here for Fnatic. Boom. In good game sense, they do leave the area. Fnatic, though, they should be able to keep chasing. Just wait for the next Hawk to be up on jabs. Your smoke is going to wear off, though, so you might not have a chance to try and rotate to the other side of the Dire jungle here for Fnatic. But they can just keep holding the triangle. Mid lane. EJ does reveal the position of Fnatic, but the smoke was wearing out anyway. Gets the quick form for himself. Very great kind of farming tool there for the Rubik. And for Fnatic, it just seems like they can group up as 5 and go after that bottom tier 1 tower. There's not really much in the way of stopping them here. Oh, it's a nice scan. Boom Esports. They 4-man smoke, but the scan catches them. They know they're coming. Fnatic, they can really prep for this next team fight if they wish. Instead, however, they will back off. EJ, not quite. Can't get in range.
Just checking the wrong side there for Yopaj, checks right instead of left. Managed to dodge. Just again, a little bit more back and forth. Both sides not quite finding the aggression they'd want to. But you are building up quite a little bit more on Jackie in comparison to Raven. That lead has grown to 2k for the Terrorblade now. Hold Scotty up, BKB to follow.
Lasso, mid lane John, they've got Armel. It's a great pick if you can find it, and they will. Meanwhile, DJ being slowed up here with the Iron Scotty of the Terrorblade does also get caught out and should drop. Another kill to go the way of Boom Esports as a double will go the way of Jackie. Fnatic, it's back to the defensive game for them. Even with the Aegis up, you are still playing with the POS 1 sniper. He can't afford to get caught out. It's a little bit hard. You've really got to pick the team fights you want.
To bring down Radiant's top
Look
tower.
at Tim's though, John. It is Tiny. Will catch Genuel out. The sniper is going to get to work, however, so Tim's is probably going to drop for this, but Skem is going to be around to try and help out with the cold embraces. Yopaj now will chase down Raven, and he saves Tim's life. Just forcing the sniper back as they do pick up Genuel on the Undying. Fnatic, they'll get nothing for their trouble.
Just not able to get any sort of aggression out themselves, going back to that defensive style. Now the one thing for Fnatic is, if this does boil into a high ground defense at some point, the Sniper is one of the kings of high ground defense, right? Right next there to tinker to stalling the game out along with the Arc Warden. You can just blink away from a mile off and nothing can really punch you. You can cancel off the blinks of the Bat Rider and the Tiny, just make it difficult to reach into that backline, providing a lot of room for the puck to just go in front and play off that distance. So I think Fnatic, despite being a little bit behind, still have a lot of room to work this draft. And then on Boom, it does feel like this game can get a little bit tougher as it scales on. Even though they have this good lineup. Timso,
he's been caught out. Mel TPing right away. Really loves going after Tims. It's one of those things with ex-teammates, right? You've always got to aim them down when you have a chance, and Mel will do so. So Tims will drop once again, thanks to the raw setup of jabs. And I do agree with you, John. I mean, with Fnatic's draft, it's one of those things, right? Like, Fnatic play the defensive game. They've got a sniper. Chances are, Jonathan, if you do get into a position where you have to defend high ground, you're still going to be kind of fine because you're playing pos 1 sniper.
yeah, you're always going to enjoy that as a sniper, of course. And even the puck can be really annoying and initiating in those late game scenarios. Like the scaling of the puck's a little bit different. The mobility shoots through the roof, especially once you get, say, an Octarine up, you're all over the map. They're chasing down jabs, don't manage to find the actual hero, will clear out the creeps at the least. Gonna have themselves a nice overload creep to take if they fully commit, and they should. But Fnatic just regroup up top. So again, just playing the avoid game despite having the ages, they understand. Boom are feeling confident now. They've got the BKB timings, they've got the blinks, they've got the Aether Lance on Yopaj to reach further. They know that if Boom manages to jump on top of them, even in a very staggered way, it can still favor Boom for the most part, along with all of that farm and Jackie. So just avoid, work the map, get that build up, get the levels you want to reach those spikes on your sniper and especially on your puck. And just kind of ride that momentum as the game scales on. Make it a lot tougher for Boom to play their early aggressive game.
Absolutely. Yeah, it goes back to the TB versus Sniper matchup later on as well. It's a sniper like Raven, he just hits so hard already, even with just the Mjolnir.
Faces a stiff win.
For the Dragonlance up next, so it's going to be even more challenging to try and catch him out. And
to take the plunge.
Fnatic certainly not going to make this game easy whatsoever for Boom. Again, so much riding on the line here between these two teams as both of them fight for that spot at the major. Boom. And if they win this series, John, they qualify. Fnatic, if they win, they don't necessarily qualify, but they can force some very, very hype tiebreakers. So either way, John, we win, which is fantastic. This mid lane, Fnatic, they're gonna smoke up. A 5-man smoky from Fnatic going into Boom. Easy will be around to break the smoke, but it's a great target to aim down for Fnatic. Easy now gonna realize he's kind of screwed up here. Rory's out and they'll take him down. Great pick off there from the Radiant team. It's now Fnatic. We'll see what they can try to get out of this.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And they could line up for a big push opportunity without the presence of the DP kind of front line. Could provide an opportunity to go for the objective trade, take out top tier 2, take outpost, line up for the next Roshan. Boom does manage to find a bot though. Shove in and now have a great presence from bot jungle. Can take that outpost himself. Yopaj?
Yeah, Yopaj, he'll go for a solo lasso onto the Undying, and I mean, why the hell not? We've seen him do this many, many times. He'll just take whatever kill he can get, and that he does.
Yeah, it's Januel. You know, if you're gonna lasso support, if you lasso Januel, it's always gonna feel good for Yopaj. So of course, he goes for it. As you know, you see Armel also just jumping Tim, so both sides, well, I don't think they're necessarily just actually targeting to players, but you know, it's an added bonus for him to find her old friends, of course. 12-16, 3k lead for Boom, not the biggest kill finding Januel. It does feel like we're playing for that next rush now, Mike. Fnatic not able to find that top tier 2 means Boom still has good access points for that contestation. But you have to play into the vision game of Fnatic. We've seen the hogs from jabs just complicate the smoke locations, complicate the fights.
Oh, Jackie, he's underneath the sentry ward right now. Raven, he might be able to have his way with him. His BKB's up, popped out, but Raven, he's going to TP out with the BKB. Instead, they're just going to back out of there. Fnatic, they do not want this team fight. They might lose DJ. They have committed quite a fair bit for this. Exorcism was popped by FBZ. You also have the BKB committed by Jackie, so I don't know if they can actually keep going further. It seems as though Fnatic, however, they're going to back off to the other side of the map, so potentially they can just go after the top tier 2.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Can just go for a flanking maneuver as well. They did pop the BKB on Raven, but as long as he doesn't get jumped, the BKB is not going to be a big issue. Like, the lasso's down for a little bit longer here on Yopaj. They'll try to gun for that bot tier 2. Again, opening up the rush even more towards Boom's way as top still stands very safe here. So Boom, Roshan is a longer spawn though. 2 minutes left until we see that respawn. So there's ample enough time for Fnatic to kind of work their lanes, get back into a good position, and get some item spikes. Crystal is up for Raven. So the crit stick's ready, even more damage on the sniper as long as he's not jumped. And he's just got to see Raven's positioning. He was caught off guard there, forced the BKB TP out. If he did manage to stand in the back, I feel like that's a fight Fnatic might have been able to take quite nicely, considering Boom's position.
Absolutely. Fnatic still backs against the wall, but it's only a 5k lead. Roshan's still not up here for Boom, so Fnatic are getting blessed here by the Roshan timer as well. They certainly don't feel like they're in a position to be able to force a fight here against Boom at the moment. Get that vision down around their triangle and try to reoccupy that area of the Boom Esports. They're going to group up as 5 now. A big 5-man smoke incoming. They are running to the bottom side of the map, but Fnatic has read the movement very well. They do back into the Radiant Triangle and hold that high ground. So it is going to be naturally hard for Boom to try and infiltrate that high ground now. They don't have the greatest vision around that area. In fact, they have no vision around that area, as it was all dewatered by Fnatic. So Boom, not going to find really any... Oh, maybe they can. Armel, he's going to show up, and Yopaj, he's going to be slowed up here on the Batrider. And that's going to be enough. Fnatic, they know exactly where Boom are now. They'll just continue holding that high ground. And Boom, they'll just need to back off and try for something else.
Big patience game now. Please take over the bot jungle, get some farm going. Jackie's still scaling up massively, still having that 4k lead over Raven Sniper. Satanic next here for the Terrorblade. Already has the Shadow Blade kind of sneak in and out, and with the gem taken by Yopaj, do feel pretty safe in at least spotting out some of those sentries that might come up to escape.
Oh, Armel.
Fnatic though? Oh.
He's going to be so careful, Armel. He's playing really on the edge here on this puck. Doing a great job of it though. Johnny's getting away every time. They are not able to catch this man as they continue to try. But now it's all about Roshan.
Posturing, high ground advantage for Fnatic here. Could try to force, but no one's fully committing for that rush yet. Poking and prodding here, Mike. Not wanting to give that dicey fight we saw last time around that objective.
It's just so hard. If you're Boom Esports, John, how do you force this fight? Like, with the Hawk vision that Fnatic constantly has, they've always got somewhat of an advantage with the information that they get given. And Boom know this. They can't just start Roshan themselves. They've got to at least take a fight first. Don't allow Fnatic that opening to try and make the fight go their way. Fnatic playing this very smart, just very defensive, very calculated, and very patient from this Radiant team. No need to rush. Again, you have a +1 sniper. Think of the high ground defense. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, you can just play that stall game here for Fnatic. 32 minutes in, 12-17, 5k lead still standing for Boom. And I find the caution from Boom admirable in a way that they could also take a really nice clump up fight, but they expect Fnatic to really stay deep clumps. As long as Ravens, again, in the back, you can't get the big crits you want here on the Winter Wyvern. Such hard angles for Skim to find to get that spell use. Instead, they'll just eye for a slow and go.
Lasso out. They've got DJ. The Rubik being caught with his pants down does go down. Boom. They won't go back for Roshan, John, but they are going to have some time to go after this mid-tier 2 tower. The DJ, he does have buyback if he needs to commit it, but obviously would rather not for a tier 2 mid. Just let it go down here to Jackie.
Tower just killed over.
Unable to force the fight. Question is, do Boom try to force Roshan and force the buyback out of DJ?
And he could. Again, the issue if the Hawk still stands, he do at least have the gem on Neopage, so he could scout around the pit. But Boom play it safe. Okay, they just feel like that's such a hard fight unless they can maybe find a backline or a couple more supports, although...
BKB out in time, but he still gets roared up. Scam right behind though with the Winter's Curse if necessary as Yopaj is going to be fine to back up, but now Armel will keep going into Tims. Avalanche toss is there. Man of top, but can they actually hold on to the puck? Meanwhile, Raven, he just gets right to work. Yopaj still being taken up by the Golem, trying to run away as Jabs moves in now, but they can't get him. Yopaj saved by Scam once again as Boom Esports. They've got to retreat. They've got to get the hell out of there. But Jackie, he's going to be forced up right back in onto Januel. He'll get the Undying down as the Boom Esports. They want to try and counter-initiate and turn this one onto Armel. They go. They've got the puck. Toss him up. Take him out. He's not down yet though. Armel still running. Will make it away as Raven. He'll do the same. But the chase is still going. Yopaj now in trouble. Raven, he'll try to turn this one around with the Winter's Curse. Gonna take down Tim's DJ. Stealing the curse away from Skim, turning this one around as the Opage is gone. DJ, he's onto a double. Fnatic, they should be able to keep this fight going. Jackie's in big trouble now. Meta's over. They know where he is. Jackie, he can keep trying to fight, but the Raw's back up by Jabs. They'll lock him down. They surely take him out. They even drop the tombstone. No playing around for Fnatic. What a stolen curse there by DJ to turn the team fight. And just the patience jump from Fnatic. They just keep kiting Boom out and out and out. And eventually they gain an advantage and they move right back in.
And it just goes back to the draft. They have such a great way of just enabling that sniper to stand a mile back, jumping in with a puck, and just being so disruptive. Like, you have to commit all these big spells to control onto the puck, leaves Raven a lot of room on the backline to just blink away, and there's no way for Boom to just instantly collapse onto both of them. They just simply do not have enough to spread out and try to handle both of those heroes at once, and Fnatic just managed to turn. Mainly off the back of that curse, it feels like if Boom did manage to run down with Tim still around with a blink initiation, that would have gone maybe a bit different there. For Fnatic, Boom was also very patient on BKBs of Jackie, and his Thunder never came out in that fight. They're just holding off a little bit too long, and all of a sudden, Fnatic find themselves in the network lead. They have this opportunity to push high ground. They've got the beast network, they've got the sniper. It doesn't take too long to multi these objectives for them as well.
Absolutely doesn't. Fnatic onto the tier 3 tower. Jackie's up in 10. That tier 3 not looking very healthy here as Raven. They can just get to work. This is what perfect balance looks like, Jonathan.
Dire's middle
use the
tower
Hawk
is
vision.
under pressure.
Get that tier 3 tower vision and just hit from a mile away. Oh, what a curse! Oh, he's dead! Immediately! Oh, what a curse from DJ!
Hey, that just kind of ruins the tempo of Boom. They buy back, they stall out the push for sure, but you're lacking that one big tool for Boom. You don't have access to Aegis anytime soon, so Yopage's position is always tenuous, and it just goes back to what Fear said earlier on the panel, right? So much of this game is on Yopage's back. He's lacking one big tool to turn these around, and Fnatic, I think DJ just on point with those curses. Like, that you don't expect that. You just don't expect that kind of curse from that position, but it just comes out anyway.
He's got another one, John. 10 seconds away for another curse here for DJ.
Dire's curse.
They're going to be so afraid. Like, we initiate a fight, but we can't get too close. Where's this Ruby? For now, Boom, they're just going to go the other way. Across the map, keep that farm going, but Fnatic, they will take the bottom tier 2 tower. Whether they go high ground once again, it's a different question entirely, but it seems like Raven wants to go. The problem is, Boom are the ones that need to initiate this fight. Raven, he can sit out of tower range, all he wants. Just abuse the Hawk vision and just stay safe. Eventually the tier 3 will go down.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
It's just sniper games.
Looking for the toss back into Jackie. Raven in trouble now. He does have that Aegis up. Meanwhile, though, he does lose it. That's one down. There's your curse out onto Jackie, but it's not that great. It's not going to do enough damage. Raven, though, he's back up. FBZ going to charge him down. Even with the BKB up, Tims, he does go himself, but Januel, he will drop right after. They will coil up the TB and the DP. Still the fight continues, but Fnatic, they need to back out of there as DJ going to get caught out now on the Rubik. Will eventually be taken down, and Boom, the back of a toss of Tims, do make this team fight work.
That's some sick positioning from Tims. Right outside of shrapnel range and close enough for the avalanche toss. Manages to weave his way in onto the sniper, and that's what they need. They just need to jump on Raven when he's a bit too far forward, force Fnatic to kind of collapse and turn things around. They also managed to concussive grenade Jackie down, which didn't help their position at all. That just allowed him to apply even more pressure onto that sniper. So no Aegis threat, no high ground push threat for the time being for Fnatic. They find a tier 3 but no racks. This is still perfectly playable for Boom if they play their cards right.
Jackie's getting the old jabs. Jabs, this could be wrong timing for Jabs. Armel, he's on the cliff. He'll all the way, Scam, he's going to go onto the chase but can't find him yet. Meanwhile, Tim's not going to bother with the avalanche. Bit of a fiesta here in the Radiant Triangle, John. Neither side making the correct jump in, but Fnatic, they'll be happy with that. Being able to back off of what should have been a terrible scenario for them. Boom. Maybe feeling a little bit silly about that one, just not being able to initiate that team fight, but to be fair to them, John, they were trying to do that blind. No vision around, so very hard to expect to get the initiation they wanted.
It's just tough to find the angle. Even if you catch out, say, Jabs, I think you're more than willing to sacrifice the Beastmaster. Again, as long as Raven and Armel are fine, you're still pretty fine. Even Armel might be a little bit more expendable than the Sniper. So, Fnatic again, just back to that defensive game. I think Boom, they need to try to build into the next rush, right? They managed to hold their high ground. They've got the net within the back by a small amount. The lead of Jack is just massive now at 8k above the Sniper. Silver edge up along with the Satanic going for the Swift Blink next. He's feeling great. His output is insane, and this will allow him to jump the Sniper as well if he finds the angle. But it's all about the next rush. Buybacks were committed from Boom. It's a massive risk, especially if Yopaj dies. That just opens up the game in a massive way. And Boom will have to be a bit cautious.
5-man smoke up, Jonathan. Where do they head, though? FBZ, he's a great target. I believe the Hawk just caught vision of him, so they might rush him here on the DP. He's not that tanky. DJ will go for the got FBZ hold down. Roar is there, but a nice Lotus Orb, and now the Cold Embrace. Even the 4-star away, trying to save FBZ. The CEO of Boom Esports is now. The turnaround is there, or is it? FBZ still trying to decide. Will he back off or will he go back in? It seems like for now they'll stand their ground here, Boom and Fnatic. They're the ones to retreat once again. It's not the team fight initiation they wanted. They are not going to rush this game. They'll back to the base, they'll get a reset, and they'll try again later.
That was Roar committed. Not the longest cooldown in the world at this point. So, if you have more than enough time to just regroup here on Fnatic and look for another angle. And Boom, as this stalls out, they feel a lot better. Buybacks start to go off cooldown, still a ways off, but you start to feel more secure. You start to wait for that next rush. And we'll have to see who will fully commit for the rush, because Boom was looking for that skirmish outside, didn't pan out their way, gave the open rush for Fnatic. They could try to play into the rush first, have Skem stand back and play around the potential of Curse. Actually have Skem and Yopaj stand back, play with the potential of Curse and the Lasso to kind of put someone out of position. Fnatic on the high ground is just so hard to pierce, so... And it's a bit of a deadlock in terms of actually taking things your way, but Boom tries to take their turn now in the smoke.
What happens, John? Swiftmink now there for Jackie. Meanwhile, Raven. Hurricane Pike being worked on. He certainly has enough gold for it if he wants, but he'll spend all his buyback gold to get it. Wrap around here from Boom Esports. And they approach the high ground, though. It seems like Fnatic are very well aware that the smoke is happening. Just continue to hold that Radiant high ground. It's very difficult to imagine them making their way over. And now, I mean, Raven, he's got a full Daedalus up. Forget the Hurricane Pike, he'll go the damage route. Why the hell not?
And he's also about to approach that level 25 mark, Mike, plus 100 attack range. So it was pretty on edge when teams came in for the toss. With maybe just that additional range, it might not be enough next time around, considering how far away he has to play because of the shrapnel. So we'll see if that complicates that process. Boom. Still kind of playing around at mid, starting to dip into the triangle, but Fnatic is already fully retreated out. Roche timer, we're going to see in a little bit here. 4 seconds. Spicy timer as Boom has a pretty good position to force it out, but again, Fnatic could just run down there if they so wish.
Dire are scanning for enemy.
Again, Fnatic, they're just so defensive with their playstyle. Onto the high ground of the base once again. There's a 5-man smoke up though. They've even got some Dagons available now on Armel. They've got level 4 in fact on the park. Boom is holding the Radiant high ground now on the triangle though, so it's not going to be that easy to try and infiltrate. Fnatic, they'll wrap around the long way. Roshan is up. Big objectives for either side. Boom, they have not started yet. Fnatic, they're just going to try and position themselves and get ready for this Roshan fight to get started. Hawk vision out as well. There's who initiates first, but there's your smoke out. Tim's moving on to Armel, but the orb away is there. Fnatic, they completely split up here, John. Completely splitting up.
Yeah, not looking dig in. Forster luck. They have a leveler on Raven, so happy days if they do manage to go onto the high ground again. Not going to take too long. Some multi-objectives for him. And just extra annoying on that sniper. Has the level 25, 100 attack range. 550 plus 640. That's going to be a hard one to pierce out. Still into the Roche. Boom goes. Patience is tested. Fnatic still a bit far away, but could try to run in themselves. Look at the positioning of Scam. All the way out. Tim's with a Shadow Blade just going to scout. To play this a bit safer.
Lasso. Yopaj, he's got Armel. It's a great target. They've got the puck and they're taking him down. Armel's got buyback by Jackie. He'll jump in. He wants the Rubik down. DJ's in big trouble. He should get taken out and thus. Two down already, but they'll commit the buybacks immediately. Fnatic, they've got to fight for this Roshan. Boom Esports. They'll take the Hawks out. But it doesn't seem like they're going to force Roche, or are they? Meta's still over half its duration. Fnatic, they want to wait for the excess of meta to be down. Roshan somewhat started, less than half HP left, but Fnatic now, knowing these spells are out, will be able to move in, and this is something they talked about in the player interviews, John. This is what they've been waiting for. Spells are down, we move in. How do you fight this? Yopaj, he might try with the blink up, but it's just so hard to imagine. Aegis will go the way of Armel. So Fnatic, even with the lost two heroes and the buybacks being committed, they still find Roshan basically for free.
Managed to make it work. They get some big items out as well. 3 Ags blessing out here for Fnatic, which they hand over to DJ, Mikey. Here we go. Double spell steal for DJ, who's had massive impact in the game. He has a Dagon 1. He's just looking for that first play when the BKBs are down if they find the angle. And going into what looks to be his Octarine next. So we'll see how much that changes things. I feel like that Ag's blessing is make or break. DJ's is big. They could have handed it to Raven for extra annoyance with the Hawk Vision. That increased stun and the Assassinate is actually pretty big in setting up for someone with the puck jumping in. And boom. I mean, it's not the worst position in the world, but now you have to defend high ground up against a level 25 sniper. The one thing that you'd be kind of counting here is that at least you don't have to deal with Ballista later on, Mikey. We've never seen that. Ballista sniper. Wouldn't that be fun?
That was the good old days. We got to see it once, didn't we? It was Ballista Arc Warden, I think you and I got to see.
Yes. Yeah, it's always Arc Warden terribly that time. And that was Jackie on a lot of those Arc Wardens and the Terriblades, both of them. It's always Jackie.
It was back in Motivate Trust days. I remember that you got the Aghanim Scepter on the Arc Warden back when you used to spawn the power rooms. And you got a Ballista. And then he ended up digging up a double damage and an Arcane Rune immediately. Oh, good old days.
Yeah. Balance. Thank goodness for both sides that you don't have to deal with that. Just imagine high ground defense up against a sniper with Ballista. I don't know if you even want to play that. You know, it's like I wouldn't. You wouldn't want to play that. I'm sure Boom would find a way, but most players were just like let's just go next, guys. This is not nice.
Nah, certainly not, Jonathan. No, I mean, Boom, they have not found a way to go high ground yet. Fnatic, if anything, are the ones that have gone high ground here. Boom, being patient, Scam getting assassinated here as Armel just completely blows him up. Dagon is out, but Jackie, he's going to try and force the fight now with the fear out onto the puck. Maybe they've got him. Armel, that's the first life to go down. Lincoln's broken from Yopaj, but he committed the lasso for that. Armel, go for a call out of the FBZ. FBZ's forced to fight this one out. Onto Janual they go. Meanwhile, Jackie onto Raven. They've got the sniper. Will lock his way out of there as Armel. Dagon's down another. More buybacks being committed here from Boom Esports, but Raven just gets right back to work, and FBZ gonna have to be saved here with Armel. For that Dagon off cooldown very, very soon. Jackie right back in. On a jabs, he wants that Beastmaster. Yopaj will move in as well. A nice knockback from Raven, but they're gonna lose Armel a second time. No buyback available now, the curse. They've got the sniper. Raven, he needs some help, but he's got nothing. He's got no help around. He'll try to knock himself back, but Scam, he set up everything here on the Wyvern. Scam Dota is setting up everything here for Boom Esports. His Janual goes down as well. DJ, he'll TP out. John, even with the Dagons, like these cold embraces from Skem, they are just so hard to deal with.
It's so hard to deal with. I'm just having a giggle. Look at DJ. a little terribly. You really see that. He didn't manage to steal it. He got the Windless Curse too. Didn't have the angle to jump in and counteract. And boom, with that huge fight, have this top opportunity to shove high ground. They've got the damage to deal with on Jackie Sand. They're going to have that Terror Wave up for that secondary metamorphosis. They've already cleared out that bot tier 3. So Fnatic find themselves unbind. Without the puck, it's all down to the Sniper just stand his ground. And it is there. But the one issue for Sniper is his physical damage does not scale well against Jack.
Oh yeah, he's in, he's got DJ. Gonna be a Rubik taken down. He has the great defense from the Rubik jump, but without buyback, he cannot hope to help out as the Opage knocking back Raven, not allowing the defense to happen. T4 towers were under siege, but boom, they're playing it safe for now. Maybe not realizing the buybacks are not available. It is still hard against a Sniper, to be fair, though. You've got to really just not underestimate Raven. They'll go for the mix instead. 30 seconds with that Armel on the puck. And they will flip up and keep trying, but Skem, he's going to make the jump in. Knock back away from Raven. Got the force staff back in onto Skem. Still cold embrace. Is going to save the day. They try to force staff away here, but Raven, he's been chased down. FBZ, though, jumps in, but a bit too early. Will get himself out of there as Raven. He does not have protection. Jabs did, but was too late. And now Megas are up. Boom Esports, they've achieved the high ground they wanted. And Fnatic, oh, John, it's happy defense time.
It's happy defense time. At the same time, they couldn't go for tier 4s because Raven could actually hit them from Fountain. How do you stop a Sniper from just spamming shrapnels and hitting you if he's standing on the Fountain? Are you really going to Fountain dive him just to try? I mean, that actually might be the play you have to make with your time and get the toss back there. The defense game kicks in fully for Fnatic. Mike playing against the Mega Creeps. Going to be a bit tough. Double damage is found by Jackie. First with a bottle up. He's going to be feeling great and has a moon shard to eat up here, Mikey. Feeling good on Jackie Sand, fully kitted out with everything he could possibly ask for. Ag's blessing on the Scepter, not eating up the slot. And they smoke. They don't even want to wait for next rush. They know these buybacks are down for a little bit longer. They can get some good punishment here and try to go for the end game.
I mean, with the double damage TB, with the meta up and the Terror Wave up, it's just so scary to have to try and fight into for Fnatic. They're going to try, but you've got 20k net worth advantage between the two POS ones. And Jackie's just farmed out of his mind here. Then we go, double damage popped. Who initiates from Boom? Opage looking for a nice lasso target, but Fnatic again just hugging the Ancient right now. They do not feel safe. Sentry Ward's being placed everywhere by Januel as the smoke does end up expiring. Boom, they do not find the entrance they wanted. Instead, though, they do spot at an arcane room. They'll go ahead and take that for Opage. Roshan still a while away from respawning, so it seems like Boom, they are not going to overextend. They know Fnatic, they're experts at this patience, at this conservative play. They are waiting for Boom to make a mistake, and Boom are not going to allow it, at least for now.
Just playing their advantage, keeping the lane shoved in, but not going too far out. Take a look at Raven's build-up here, though, Mike. He has the Revenant's Brooch. So projectile speed is up, a little bit attack speed, and of course the active can be nice. You don't have the highest int on Sniper, but hey, it's more DPS on the Terror Blade. Always useful to have. We'll see that will help their cause here on the high ground defense. They are doing a fine enough job of just having the turret that is Raven just stand there and hit creeps. This is peak Sniper gameplay, Mike. This is what you want to see when you're playing against a Sniper. Just have him hit this. As the enemy of Sniper, you're kind of happy here. It's like, all right, we can't push, but what can you really do de-pushing like this? Like, all your gold is just going to this one guy.
Smoke up. Fnatic, they're going to try. I don't know what they're going to try, though. There's creep waves coming in left, right, and center. Kind of hard to imagine them finding a fight. And Boom, they're playing on the high ground of that Radiant Triangle, so it's going to be kind of hard to initiate without vision. So you can try to abuse the Hawks, but they've got plenty of sentries and a gem around. So Fnatic, back to their own high ground of the base. Well, Boom, they just control the whole map. I mean, 17k net worth lead. It just keeps getting higher and higher. They'll just keep addressing the waves across the map, like there's just no reason to try and force Fnatic's hand. Let them suffer, Jonathan. as our pubs would say.
Yep, happy death time.
Yeah.
Do you think we actually stay until the 60-minute mark here? Is that
I'm
something
not
they're
going
willing
to
to
say
do?
it, John. I'm not saying it.
I'll say it because, you know, I don't really care. I mean, if we do hit the 60-minute mark, we're not getting Ballistas, Mike. So, what does it even matter? You don't have Ballista Terrorblade anymore? You don't have Ballista Sniper? There's no joy in it. Like, Giant's Ring is always fun, but... Ballista. Give me Ballista.
What about Giant's Ring Undying, though, John? No? Pop the
Yes.
fresh column? That'd be nice.
That'd be excellent. If only Johnuel had a BKB to truly be the gigantic Undying he could be. Doesn't quite have the gold. He's been very sacrificial, of course, as Johnuel tends to be. With one can dream of Giant's Ring plus BKB on our Undying with several stacks of decay. And he covers your screen. He actually does cover your screen, by the way, at certain points. Most of your screen, at least. Big boy.
Very big boy, John. And he does have a big mullet as well, Jonathan, in case you weren't aware. Huge mullet.
Absolutely.
Well, Fnatic, again, just playing the defensive
Roche is
game.
up.
Roche is up. There you go. There's an objective. Ags, Refresher Shard, all available. Who do you give the Ags to, John?
Yopaj. Just straight up Yopaj. He's queuing up the Ags anyway. He's probably just gonna grab it for himself to save the gold for buyback. And lasso onto 2 targets will ruin Fnatic's game. Doesn't care for BKBs. Lincoln's doesn't care on the secondary target, so as long as the first target doesn't have Lincolns, you're pretty happy. So Yopaj will have more ways of just running in, not care about that defense, and get the punishment. They get to give Yopaj the refresh as well. No, they hand it to FBZ. So EXO is going to be ready double BKB for him as well. No, actually they pass it back to Yopaj. All right, double lasso. Well, quad lasso if you manage to chain it right. And boom, all the tools they need to end this game. But you have to end the game against a sniper. Fnatic will just make this as painful as possible and still look for that turn here, Mike.
Absolutely. Smoke up again from Fnatic. Invisibility. Can they actually leave the base is the question. The answer seems to be no. They're smoking up maybe in preparation of a smoke from Boom, perhaps assuming the Boom are coming. And in fact they are. They smoke up on their own terms now. Tims does show himself mid lane. Mel going to get out there, but Lasso has caught Januel on the Undying. I'll take him down immediately, but he does have buyback. Tombstone also be taken out here by Jackie. Buyback is available, so Fnatic not really panicking too much. It was just the Undying. We want a bigger target than that anyway. You do have a Refresher Shard up on Japoy, so he does have another lasso if necessary. They just aren't trying to overextend here. Jackie the only one on the high ground, and he is underneath Sentry Ward vision anyway. Tims, they refresh the lasso. They are trying to move in. Raven being caught out. There's your fear out, Jackie. He may have gone in, but no, the 4-star is there. Lasso is out. Armel, he's been caught on the puck, and that's going to be a huge kill for Boom. Armel, he's got buyback available. It seems like Boom, they might go for a reset.
They are fairly low on Jackie. Just pop the Satanic, clear that out. Swap in the BKB while the Satanic's down. No lasso to play with this time around, so the buyback of Armel is going to be big, and Raven's a lot more protected here. Still have to pierce through the sniper's defense, and despite some losses, Fnatic still has at least a tier 4. So, yeah, they're still in the game. Divine Rapier for Raven next, Mikey. It's gonna be, it's one of those games.
You love it, John. You love to see it.
Micro Courier, actually.
He is. DJ, a few mind games here with the Conji image he took, and maybe made a lasso to come out. Illusion! Courier is indeed being microed here by Raven into the secret shop, so getting prepared for the Divine Rapier buyout. Does have just about enough gold for it, but it won't leave him with any buyback gold. He does have buyback available for now, only because he has the gold available. They're going to approach the tier 4 tower somehow. Jackie, he'll move in, but look at the damage output from Raven. Jackie cannot stand there and hit the tower. In goes the last one. He's got 2 of them. Yopaj, he's got the sniper. That'll be Raven to go down. Buybacks immediate, those jabs. Rumba, what a curse out. They caught DJ on the Rubik, but there's no follow-up damage. It's not enough yet. Into a Dream Coil from Armel. Raven going to try to move in onto the Terrorblade, but they don't have the damage for him yet. Boom Esports They force some buybacks, but they might be forced to get out, reset, and come back another time. And that's exactly what they'll do.
It's a sniper game. I'd say it's just as much happy death as happy push for Boom. So you're just kind of locked in that stalemate. The potential for Boom's a lot bigger. Of course, we saw that lasso out from Japoy. As long as he manages to do that again with these buybacks down, endgame is spelled out for Fnatic. But can Fnatic just hold? They have an opportunity to maybe even dip outside their high ground now. They can farm back up into that Divine Rapier goal for Raven and look for that angle.
Genuel, he's been spotted. He'll pop the Ghost Scepter as Jackie now pops the feed. Trying to go back after the Undying, and this could be a dieback onto Genuel if he doesn't end up going down. He'll try to survive through it. Jackie dropping a little bit too low. They lift him up, but where's the damage up for Jackie? He'll turn around and fight. The man fight against Raven, and somehow he survived, but he has those under target. He'll give up the Aegis instead. Meanwhile, Armel in the meantime going after Tim's on the Tiny. The fight does continue, but where are they going? Jabs, he'll blink out of there on the Beastmaster. In they go, however, the Ancient is exposed. Jackie, he's going to go in with the fear right onto Raven. He's caught the sniper. That should be it. Genius call. Jackie makes it happen. Boom Esports. The pull-off game #1 here against Fnatic. A close matchup between the two, but proving to be too good for game one. And well, John, it was a very fun match, and again, great plays from Fnatic, but just not enough for this game.
Not enough. I love what they did in the